Being a high-rise window washer is not for the faint of heart. Suspended hundreds of feet above the ground with only a harness to hold them, these workers face real dangers every single day.
When a rigging system failed on Kansas City's tallest building, one worker was left dangling 24 stories in the air. With his life hanging in the balance, rescuers had to find a way to reach him before time ran out.
Kansas City is the largest metropolis in the state of Missouri.
It's one of the few large metropolitans that are actually still growing. In the last couple of years, it's grown by 40,000, I think. It's growing fast.
As the population soars, so does the skyline, and the tallest is One Kansas City Place.
It's big. It's the tallest building in Kansas City.
At 650 feet, it's also the tallest building in the entire state, which means firefighters have to be trained and ready for any number of high-angle rope rescues.
It's something that you do very infrequently, but you can make no mistakes when you do it.
Everybody has to be extremely proficient in what they're doing.
Because rescues often require a united response, local fire agencies train together to save together.
We have to know that when we do come together to do a job, the right hand knows what the left hand's doing.
In September of 2024, 2 Kansas City fire companies would join forces to rescue a window washer dangling outside this huge structure.
It's reported a window washer fell. The building's approximately 43 stories. He is hanging off a rope.
So the call came out as a tech rescue. They just said that there was a window washer that was suspended.
I recognize the address. It's the tallest building in Kansas City. Being the building that it was, this could be a pretty hairy situation.
Rescue 25 was the first company to arrive on scene.
As soon as we turned onto the street, you could see both of them hanging out quite a ways up on that building.
The 25th floor of this towering building sits 370.8 feet above ground. That's roughly the height of a football field standing straight on its end beneath you.
At first, it was unclear whether one or both of them were in danger. Fire Captain Ryan Cummings was able to call the window washer on his phone.
He answers his cell phone while he's hanging from the roof. His partner lost the ability to grab a hold of his descending device and couldn't ascend or descend, but he had stuck around to help him out and just stay with him through the whole process.
Their only option would be to send rescuers up to the roof to set up a high-angle rope rescue. A very high-angle rope rescue.
The plan was to either lower him or figure out where the next ledge is. If we can just raise him 30, 40 feet, then that would be a lot easier than lowering him all the way to the ground. So they headed up to the very top of the roof and then was able to find an anchor point and then start sending the rope down to the window washer.
But these rescues are both complicated and dangerous, putting both the rescuers and the victims' lives on the line.
It was between the 24th and 25th floor, and there's a large ledge that offsets from the roof. You have to get the rope past that ledge down to him.
Just sending someone that far down, we probably would have had to connect multiple ropes. A lot more moving parts, way more complex, more high risk.
Down on street level, Captain Cummings had an incredible stroke of luck.
I saw a kid walk by with a glass repair maintenance shirt on and just turned and talked to him. Hey, do you work for? And he said, yeah, I do.
They just came up to us. They're like, there's a guy stuck outside and he needed help.
By sheer chance, 20-year-old Lucas Berry, who worked for a local glass company, happened to witness the unfolding drama. Firefighters who recognized the company name on his shirt approached and asked him for help.
I mean, they just came up to us. They're like, there's a guy stuck outside the window. Can you guys pull this glass? And we're like, we can look at it.
I went back to the battalion chief and told him, it's like, you're not gonna believe this.
The plan now was to remove a pane of glass from a 25th story window and try to pull the man to safety. At that moment, a unit from Rescue 31 Company arrived and took over the next phase of the operation.
We were going to the middle of the building to try to access the patient that way.
Rescue 31, along with the window repairmen, headed up to the 25th floor.
So I was in the elevator with the glass guys and turned and I said, have you ever done anything like this before? And they looked at me and just kind of shook their head with a little deer in the headlights look.
My adrenaline was going. I'm thinking like, what's going on? I mean, it was a shock just out of nowhere.
When they reached the floor, the glass repairmen got to work.
We have to figure this out real quick. And then once we saw that we could do it. We carried on and we tried to do it as fast as we could.
Meanwhile, rescuers began setting up rope systems to pull the man in.
We had to set up a haul system, which we could get him in, and we also wanted to set up a safety system just in case anything was to go awry, we would have a secondary.
First responders had to move fast. They knew the longer the window washer was in his harness, the more danger he was in.
The harnesses can cut off circulation, just the mental aspect of being hundreds of feet above. And if somebody starts to panic, you never know what's going to happen.
Adding to the unease, if that glass dropped, it would crush, cut, or seriously injure the very man that they were trying to save.
It would have been awful. It was a big piece of glass, you know. I was like, man, I hope they don't drop this right on this guy.
Carefully and meticulously, the glass repairman removed the window.
It was pretty nerve-wracking, especially when we broke the seal of the window and you feel the wind push us in. Honestly, we weren't expecting it. It kind of threw us off for a second.
Being 25 floors up, it changed the environment dramatically. Temperature change, the noise, it just turned a little bit more dramatic.
With the man in arm's reach, tethered rescuers pulled him inside.
Once he's grabbed and he's secured, everybody's grabbing him and pulling him in. Everybody's happy he's in. He was ready to be finished. He just wanted to get back down.
It was a good feeling to help someone who needs your help and wants it. He was very grateful.
I was ecstatic that he was safe. You know, everything went smooth, nobody got hurt. Like, everybody's completely safe through this whole ordeal, and all of our training worked out.
Of course, this rescue couldn't have been pulled off without the two unsuspecting repairmen who were at the right place at the right time.
Yeah, heroes there. They made our job much easier.
That's pure luck. That was amazing. It'd be awesome if we could have that on every call that we go to.
It made me want to become a firefighter. I mean, I love that. Just the environment around them, how they all work together, that's just something I thrive for, and I wish I was able to do it.